Okay, how's it going, everybody? So this is a disclaimer. I am a doctor, but I'm a doctor for brain cells and fish, and I'm not a medical doctor. So this is not medical advice. If you need medical advice, go to your doctor, not the fish doctor, your medical doctor. But I think this is interesting to share the experiences of my friend about diving with diabetes, and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, I'm here with my good friend and dive buddy Scott Cuthbert, and we are going to talk about his experiences about diving with diabetes. So you are a regular and ambitious diver, and you're managing your diabetes. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Well, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I've been a diabetic for 55 years. I've become a chiropractor. I'm a chiropractor here on Negros in Dumaguete. But diving has been a real important reason for me moving to the Philippines altogether. And the seas here are unbelievably beautiful, as your videos always show us. And diving is not that difficult if you're careful as a type 1 diabetic. You need to be careful not to cut yourself. Need to be careful that you eat enough before you go in the sea, but you also should consider getting a little bit of sensor help. This is called a Libre Freestyle sensor, and it gives me 24/7 my blood sugar, so that I can know right at this moment what my blood sugar is. It does it by piercing the skin, but not going into the blood vessels. It's the interstitial fluids that also have sugar floating in it.
So let me ask,
yeah.
This is waterproof. So
Yes.
this we've dived together to about 22 meters, and this is totally fine at depth and pressure.
Yes, never had a problem with that. I've been to 30 meters before, but never had any trouble with my sensors. They work and last. They're expensive. These are 2/3 $75 US, and in the US they're $25. So there's a lot of markup to get these in the Philippines, unfortunately, but they're worth it. They're worth it every single moment of my day. My life was changed by having constant awareness of my blood sugar levels. Changed everything for me as a diabetic.
And so there's a device, a gadget, which connects with this essentially
Yes.
by Bluetooth, correct?
Yes, a sensor.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't need you to the Bluetooth. I don't believe. It
Yeah.
could be. It could be.
But it's wireless.
Must be. Yes,
Yeah,
wireless.
yeah. And you take a read before the dive and after the dive.
And after, and always bring a little food with me.
Yeah.
My previous dive instructor here was also using this. I've seen many type 1 diabetics with these sensors on, and they use the sea just like you do.
And so what would typically be the effect be on your blood sugar of doing, let's say, a 60-minute dive, with a moderate amount of exertion from swimming in current?
Yeah, it doesn't lower my blood sugar significantly. Swimming in the sea does. Snorkeling, going out 400 or 500 meters, paddling freestyle, that will give me a drop in my blood sugar, which I can depend on, and I use that in the afternoons to bring my blood sugar down. But diving, as you know, is a lazy man's art. So you don't really work out all that hard when you're diving.
So you think there's a reason that even diving instructors sometimes have a bit of a beer gut?
Yes, diving instructors especially perhaps have a beer gut. But it's a great exercise, great for the soul, great for the poetical imagination. And as a diabetic, I'm not limited in any way now. 50 years ago, diabetics would never be able to do with the freedom I do, the diving I do.
Any tips, what works in your experience as a pre-dive meal?
No, it depends on what my blood sugar is. The great thing about this device is it tells me precisely what I need to eat. It doesn't say eat an apple, eat bread, whatever, but I know from 55 years of living with this disease what to eat when my blood sugar is a certain level. And so I can choose a bagel if I'm low, or I can choose a banana if I'm just a little low. And I can not take anything if I am high.
Okay, so basically the device tells you what food to have before the dive, based on how much away you are from your target level.
Yes, your awareness of eating. Diabetes is always a self-managing problem. If you do it right, you can live long and healthy.
Well, thank you very much. Very insightful. And
Great.
I think what we should do now is to go diving.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.